It's Giuliani scrapping in my own private Idaho, and today I am working on a fun project, and because it is Title Tuesday, I will be making this cute title and I will be sharing the file. So if you want to put this little fun title on your page, just go to the description below and click on it, and it should take you right to. I do have Cricut access. I don't get any money from Cricut, so the fact that I'm totally in love with them has nothing to do with anything. So you can click on this if you have Cricut access, and it shouldn't cost anything. It is a BFC font, which is easier to use when you're making titles, because sometimes when you're doing negative space, I usually choose one that has ease. I'm looking for ones that don't have very many spaces that I have to fill in, but this one worked perfectly. It was a process, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But first, so let's go ahead and talk about titles first, and then I'm going to make, this is going to be the title page for my grandson, and I'll actually show you what's involved in making a title. I'm not going to show you the Cricut aspect on it because I'm leaving the link, and you can just click on the link. And when I get to be more savvy with my computer skills, I will share more of my process. But there are people that do it far better than I do. My goal really is, this is for the new Stampin' Up DSP that's coming up. And so I just want to make titles and share titles with people and give people ideas on how they can extend their packs. Because what you run out of first is titles, or maybe it's a title that you don't need. So anyway, on we go. So this is my title that I came up with. The reason I'm recording, my intention was to have this ready on Tuesday morning when we all get up. But I kind of wandered around. It was a journey. So this is what I wound up with, and I do really like it. I seem out of focus today. I think it's because I'm gonna hang on, folks. Let's see, can you see a little bit better? And I might have to move it up. Hopefully I won't make you too seasick. So this is the title, and so it actually is very easy to make if you're familiar at all. I chose the font. Because I don't like to have all the letters separately, I weld them. So I chose the font. I wrote shellebrate, and I welded it. And then I found the everyday. This is actually from a title that I'm not going to remember. Carolyn designed. And I just tried the everyday, and I'll tell you why I went to this one. So I started off, I knew that the everyday was going to be small, so this was my first attempt. So I did a different font, and the everyday was so small, I might even have an example of it. When I went to take it off the mat, because I wanted the cursive to kind of overlap, but I couldn't get it to go. So I tried, this was the print. So I actually pressed print instead of cut, and it came out this way. I didn't like it. So then the next thing I did was I thought, well, I'm going to put the everyday in handwriting, and I'm going to do the offset with that and fill it in. But I didn't like that one either. So I thought, my problem is my font. My font was just not doing what I wanted it to do. So I changed fonts and went with a bigger font, and that did the trick. So I will show you. So what I did was I chose the font, I chose the everyday, I put them together, and I have to think about where I united them? No. I'll have to look it up in the directions, but I made it so that they overlapped so I could see what it was, and then I put an overlay of all of them together. And so when you go to your Cricut mat, so this is, so you'll have 3 mats, and I'll show you what those mats look like. So this is Pool Party. And the letters, the reason I know this is really kind of annoying, but I use a Xyron. And the reason I use a Xyron with my small letters is my hands are so bad I can no longer squeeze, it sounds bad, I can't squeeze glue out of a bottle. So I just use a Xyron and then put things down, and then it makes everything a sticker. So this was my first mat. It cut this out from Pool Party. Then my next mat that came up was, this is Poppy Parade, which is also a coordinating color. I have a little dot here. And then I put here. This is how easy these titles go together. So when you see it, you just click on it, and if you have Cricut Access, some people, I mean, you could buy the font, or you could change this font. There are many free fonts, but I think the font is what makes everything, and I don't even remember what font I used, but there are many free ones that you can switch it over to. So that was that one. And then this one was, so I kind of tagged on to Carolyn's, I believe this was for Black History Month. Her title was Every Day is Black History Month. And so when you go to cut mine out, there is a little white blob that's right there, which doesn't matter at all. So if you like something, add it, and then if you click on it, it might not even cut on it. So this is Every. So I like it overlappy. And so yeah, it took me a little bit, but the nice thing about this is when you start doing titles, it makes everything unique. Okay, so for this, like I said, this is going to be my title page, and it's going to be really simplistic. So when I looked at this paper, it is very turtle focused, but so I decided to make I'm going to make an entire album out of this. So it's going to be every day. Okay, sorry, I'm going to have to go back up. And now I'm living, sorry, I don't like to, normally I have this all set up, so you don't want to see that. Let's get, there we go, perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I am just going to add a little bit of color. And I might add a few things later. I think I'm just going to ink it. So because I have hand issues, I have also opted to go with this. I'm using a color spot, and I've been with Stampin' Up for a year now, so I decided to invest in the inks, but I didn't have the room for a whole set, so I just bought the little ones, and I'm going to just do a very quick mixed media. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to use an old paper bag. I'm going to grab from anywhere. So it's great. The problem with being a scrapbooker is, have you noticed, everything we have, we can actually use for something. So and what I like about these little spots is you literally can do anything you can want to do with a big ink pad, you can do with a small one. They come in blanks, and this is how I started off with this. I started off with just putting the color at the top, but what I do now is I got my old catalogs, because you know we're switching to a new annual catalog, and I just cut out the ink and put it on there. So you can see, I should put this on. I'm going to live to regret this. Let me put it on something else that I can move, so when I make the mess. So because it's white, I do like white, especially if you've got a lot going on with your pictures. It's fun, and I wish I would have used watercolor. I do have watercolor. And see how I have it too wet? That is not a problem per se. And I'm using lime. I was looking for my bubble wrap, which I will use on another layout. If you've got bubble wrap, it makes it look like it's you've got water going on. But you can take a Kleenex, a piece of paper, because I have a little bit down, and because you don't want to sit and watch me have paint dry, literally. That would not be fun. So now I have this, and I made this circle. This is a scribble circle, which is a very common layout design. And like I said, this is going to be my title page. So all of my idea is, and that's why I have this, the title that I have, Celebrate Every Day. It's Turtle, and he's celebrating every day. And so it's just going to be all the little pictures, all the snapshots. I see my grandson on a fairly regular basis. They live close, thank God. I'm so blessed to have my grandson all the time. I know some people, you're lucky if you see him twice a year. I know there's Skype and all those other things, but there's nothing sweeter than just seeing them on a daily basis. So I snap shots of him all the time. So in this turtle pack, they have these turtles doing all these different things. So I'm going to put this right in the middle. It's 6 inches. So this, you could totally do this layout as a 12 by 12. You're just going to increase the size. So if you're going to do 12 by 12, instead of doing a 6 by 6 circle, I would probably go with 10 inches. Okay, so then I'm going to put my little guy down here, and he's going to go right in the center, and I'm going to make sure that because he's center stage, and I'm going to pop up this, because we're gonna stuff things in here. And because I'm so late in getting this layout done, and my goal is to every Tuesday I will make a title that matches Stampin' Up DSP. I do close to my heart stuff on my channel, and I might do some other things, but Tuesdays will be just the day that I'm dedicated to my Stampin' Up stash. So we're going to celebrate every day. I really wanted it to say celebrate the every day and put the word "the" in there, but the problem with that was when you're doing 8 by 8, and I know there are a lot of you that Stampin' Up is now going into scrapbooking, and I know a lot of people have been card makers their whole life, and a 12 by 12 you might look at that and think, oh, that's so much space. But really, scrapbooking is no different than card making. And in fact, a lot of the layouts that I will be doing in this small book, Stampin' Up has these really cute card templates in their catalogs that are free. And I will be using those as a scrapbook page, because when I'm doing an 8 by 8 album, mainly because I have one, and so, oh, he's trying to peek out. I use what I have, and I got him at a garage sale. So we're going to have all these turtles doing stuff, and I'm going to put, like I said, I ran out of time this week, and I wanted to get this up before Tuesday. This one's laying down, but we're going to have turtles doing all different things, and the book will be all the different things that the turtles have done. I did do a video last week on with this turtle, because the little boys, him and his little friend, were laying down, rolling around in the grass. They look so cute. And so I had that turtle. So, and these are all everyday activities. So I have pictures of him swimming. So I'm going to have this little swimming guy here. And that's why I went with white, because this is going to be very, very busy. And actually, oh, I thought I had one. Oh, and he loves to cook with his auntie. So he's going to be cooking. I think I'll put this one. And the turtles, half the turtles are facing one way and half are facing the other way. So I think this will really work out. So I hope you will like and subscribe. I hope you will follow my little endeavor with turtles. and hopefully we won't all hate turtles by the time it's all said and done. But I do have, you know, there's pictures of him exploring. So this one, the title will be something about explore because he's got his binoculars out. And if you've ever taken a walk with a 2-year-old, you know you don't, well, you're either running to keep up with them or you're waiting for them to get tired of looking at a bug. So anyway, so this was really, I will, when you come on, you will see the completed layout. And I seem to have buried everything, but really the goal here is to actually just, oh, I'm going to put this, he's going to be cooking up here. I might put something, I'm not for sure what I'm going to put up here. I don't like the turtles flying around. Oh, I have like a beach ball. I can put a beach ball up here. And I think that's, I might put some birds. I'll put some grass that I can fussy cut down here. And I will be sharing more of this paper, and it comes with a stamp set and suite, and it's actually a lot of fun. So anyway, so I hope you will like and subscribe, and remember, this is a free cut. You just click on it, and the nice thing about, once you start putting these together, you will realize how easy they are. And the reason I'm sharing is because, you know, we all start off like this. And, you know, if I can help you in any way, just let me know. Anyway, it was so much fun chatting with you. I hope you will have a great day, and you will celebrate every day. Thanks so much. Bye.